Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a Tuesday Fun Nikki Uncut. In this video, I have some new makeup releases. We're going to test them out. They're products that I have not tried yet, so they're going to be new to me, new to you, and some of them I'm a little late to the game testing. Just to point out that right now I'm a little late to the game testing these. I actually did receive these in PR from Kosas, so thank you, Kosas. Let's just see what they look like on. We'll get to my thoughts on like the shade range when I get to that point in this video. But I also have the new Makeup Forever. This is the Super Boost. It's basically a tinted, a skin tint. Tinted moisturizer skin tint. Really cool packaging, by the way. Like you actually like pump that out. So we'll get to that too. I have a new Conceal and Protect Blur Out Smoothing Primer from Milani. I'm going to try it because it's new and that's what this video is going to be all about. So we're going to try some new products that are interesting. So this is the Blur and Smoothing Primer, and this has a interesting little clickety click. So you click that little click out, and then you scoop this very thick Play-Doh-y product out. Okay. I'm not a big fan of these like very thick putty like products, but there is a time and a place for a really good one. Like if you have extremely large pores or texture that you want to minimize, obviously. So let's try this out. Let's not judge. I'm going to push this in with my fingertips, and I'm applying this on top of my Paula's Choice Youth Extending SPF 50 sunscreen that I wear pretty much every single day. I have a nasty little pimple right there that actually really hurts. And I'm going to be honest with you because I can't help but not. My skin's a wreck right now. And I kind of want to stop myself from telling you why it's a wreck, but I also want to tell you the story of why it's a wreck because it's something that was interesting that happened to me. So let's just go for it. You know, why not? That's Barry making himself comfortable. Don't mind him. He's going to scratch around for a little bit before he gets the perfect spot down below in his bed. So my skin, I have a lot of, I don't know if you can see up close. I have a lot of little tiny red dots and little tiny little broken capillaries. And it's an odd thing that happened to me. I got some form of like food poisoning, and it was combined with having a really, really strong matcha. Anyway, I won't tell you the backstory and like the nitty gritty. Okay. Let me just tell you that I got a little sick and I ended up, you know, throwing up basically. And it was so intense that I didn't realize this at the time until I looked in the mirror after I washed my face that night. And they were worse a week prior when this happened. I had tons of little red dots all over my face, on my forehead, but really all over my cheeks. It was like a big rash of red dots, like little tiny little dots. And I even had them down my neck. It was really strange, but basically what I sum it up to is I believe I broke a bunch of capillaries tossing my cookies. So it was very unexpected, very painful. But anyway, so my skin's a wreck right now. I am in desperate need of a facial. I need to go see my friend Melissa Imperial really bad. So in that meantime, let's get my skin in check and in a better state than it is right now. Back to the Milani. Let's circle back. It feels fine. It actually doesn't feel too like goopy and like, you know, Play-Doh-y on my skin. So that's nice. It did smooth a decent amount, but let's see how the skin tint interacts on top, because sometimes with products like this, they can end up pilling and like bunching up and looking overall kind of heavy and cakey once you apply something on top of it like a foundation or a skin tint. So new Makeup Forever Super Boost. Let's try the shade 03. They sent me 03 and 04. I didn't even know that I was on Makeup Forever's PR list until I got something randomly. So I was excited. I do love Makeup Forever and I love a lot of their stuff. So this is interesting, right? You basically pump it out like that. Could you just do it like this? Okay, yeah, you don't have to do this little pump thing, but it's kind of cute, kind of unique. This might be a little light, but let's test it out. Let's see what it ends up looking like on. And I'm going to just throw this on with a BK Beauty 106 brush, and let's just get this party started. Okay, very thin texture. Very lightweight. It's not doing a whole bunch for my skin, I'm going to be really honest. It's a very, very light coverage. And I think this one was a little too light. So let's actually go for the 04 shade and see if we can get a better match. Surprisingly, this is like a bit hard to squeeze out. But I feel like it was meant to be really easy with that pumpy guy on the bottom. But okay, this looks like a better shade for sure. And let's try to stipple this on, get a bit more coverage out of it than just like swiping it back and forth and getting a sheer amount. Let's try to actually build and layer this on. So I did my brows off camera and I used the Rare Beauty Clear Brow Gel and I used the Victoria Beckham brow pencil, and I've been absolutely hooked on that. I tried it previously, what was it, 2 weeks ago at this point, on a Uncut, and that brow pencil is phenomenal. It's like the baby blade, so it's a very thin, like a micro blade kind of pencil. Really great product. Now this, I'm not so sure about. Let's try more. I'm not going to give up yet. I want to really work this into my skin. It's an uncut, so you're going to see the whole process, and you're going to see the fails and the wins that happen, hopefully, throughout this video. I want to just kind of feel this, because I haven't really felt the texture of this product yet. All right. It's very thin. It's very juicy, hence the name. Super boost. It's like a boost of hydration, basically. This is going to be great for really, really, really dehydrated, deeply dehydrated skin, just very dry skin, maybe parched winter skin, which is what I typically have. But this isn't really floating my boat necessarily as far as like the feeling. I'd rather just go for my tried and true Hourglass veil, because that sticks to my skin really nicely, and I'm having a hard time getting this to stick to my skin. And I don't know if it's because of the primer. I kind of doubt it. I don't know. Maybe it is the primer. Maybe I should have tried it without the primer, but this is all about testing out and seeing what these products can do. I'm not really happy with this though. But first impression, if I change my mind, I will definitely let you know in a future video. And I will give this other tries and other goes, especially without the Milani underneath. So the Milani, it's not bad. It's not pilling from what I can see. It's just this super boost is not really, I can't get it to stick to my skin, and that's really frustrating. And I don't even have like an overwhelming skin prep underneath. I really just have a vitamin C serum that was fully absorbed, and then my Paula's Choice. So that's like a nice natural amount of hydration and moisture. I didn't overdo it. It's not like I have a soupy mess of skincare underneath, and that's why it's not sticking. So it's really not sticky to my nose, and that is pretty much the worst part. Oh, you know what? And it is pilling. Shoot. Wow. Oof. Ooh. Okay. Let's move on, because otherwise this video is going to be 45 years long, and I don't want to do that to you all. So let's move on from that. Let's try to get some other things on that will hopefully save this makeup look. I'm going to go straight in with my Victoria Beckham contour stylus in the shade Marble. Let's see how this is going to layer on top of that really soupy, not so clingy skin tint. And let's just do all the usual things on top and try to make this a good look. Yeah, it's definitely pilling. And that's so frustrating. All right, well, now we know. I'm going to grab a clean N17 brush and just tap this in. I'm going to be very careful too and not try to go over buff and over blend, because this is already going to be difficult to lay nicely on top of a skin tint that's not clinging to my skin. So I'm going to try to be careful and just push this delicately on top, lightly layer it. Interesting. If you've tried this product, would love to know your thoughts. Leave them in the comments below. And again, give me a little bit more time to play with it and work with it. But my first impression is this is not going to be one of my favorites. And it's definitely just not the best suited for my skin type, which is oily. So now that we know that, we got to try it. And the 04 shade was definitely a better match for me, hands down. The 03 was looking a little Caspery on me. All right, Victoria Beckham is kind of saving the day right now. It's warming up my complexion. It's giving me some dimension, which I needed back. I'm going to blend out my lip with my N16 brush. It's going to look a little messy at first. And I have a weird dry patch right here that I didn't know I had until right now. Just try to like scoop this off. Like, what the heck is this? Wow. Okay. Well, you know, it might not be entirely the skin tint's fault. It really, like I said, my skin is not in its best shape at all. It has seen way better days than the past 2 weeks, that's for sure. All right, let's blend this out. It's going to look really dark at first. We're going to combat this, and we're going to clean it up with a concealer that is not necessarily brand new. It is new to me because I just recently started finally testing it, and it was actually sent to me a while ago in PR from Kylie Cosmetics, and I've been giving it a good solid go and a good solid shot, and I like it. It's a really nice product. It's a nice concealer with nice coverage that wears really, really well throughout the day. So I'm going to test it out today so you could see it firsthand, what it looks like on. Okay. Nose is looking good enough. We're going to move on to the said Kylie Cosmetics Power Plush Longwear Concealer. So I can attest to it being longwear for sure. There's 2 shades that I've been going in between. One is 4C. It's a lot more pink in undertone. It's a lot more cool. And I got to hand to Kylie. I really do. She launched a million shades in these concealers, and the undertones are almost, I mean, they're pretty much spot on from what I've tried out, from what I've swatched. I swatched a whole bunch, and just to see like what the undertones look like and if they were actually true to what they were claiming to be. And in my experience with the ones I have swatched, which was probably, I'd say like a good 15 or 16 of them, maybe 17 of them, she launched a lot, like 35 shades. And she got the undertones down really well. I say she, but I'm sure it was like a whole army of people working on that, which is great. I mean, whoever gets the job done, as long as the job gets done and the undertones are truly representing the correct undertones, then I'm happy. So this is 4C. And since this does have quite a bit of a nice, true, shockingly cool undertone, that means it has a lot more pink in it. And I'm able to actually wear this without a color corrector. And it does offer me a nice amount of neutralization under my eyes and some form of like a color correction going on as well. So I'm going to also mix 3N in, and let's just get more coverage because I'm just not satisfied with the Super Boost from Makeup Forever. So let's do a little bit of highlighting down the nose. We're going to really let this dry down and self-set because it's sitting on top of such a wet formula product. And I just want this to really, really dry down. Really, again, self-set before I go in and blend it out, because if I just go in and blend it out right away, it's going to slip and slide a ton. And we don't want to do that. We want to avoid that kind of frustration. So I'm going to look really funny for a while we just tackle some other things and we open up some other products. So let's give this some time to chill. And let me close up shop on these because we don't need them anymore. I will link them anyway if you want to check them out. But honestly, give me more time. But my first impression is I'm just not cool with them. They're just not doing much for me. I picked up some new products from MAC Cosmetics. I'm really excited to try these. These are the new MAC Strobe Beam Liquid Blush. I got 2 shades. I got Ice Gleam, which sounded so cute. Made me want some ice cream. I didn't get ice cream, but I did get a really delicious iced coffee with boba in it that was decadently sweet. And borderline gave me a stomachache because it was so sweet. And I also got the shade Nightlight, which looked like it could be a nice, cool mauve. So this is Nightlight. Let me show you them while we're drying down still. Nightlight. And let's do a little swatchy swatch. Ooh, that's pretty. So these are supposed to be, I would assume, kind of like a play on the MAC classic iconic product, the Strobe Cream. They're like a highly glowy, strobe-like finish blush. And then this is Ice Gleam. Oh yeah, that's so pretty. Right? I think I'm going to mix these two shades too, and just, why not? Just get like a glowy, gleamy, beautiful cheek. And I also have some other products to open up. So while we're still drying down, let's open up 2 new products I received from Wonder Skin. Wonder Skin has some really amazing lip liners that are long wearing and they shouldn't be slept on. They have really great shades too, like really pretty colors for lip liners. But they sent me these. They're the If You Know, You Know eyeshadow stick. Long wear, blendable, high impact colors. I have Vixen and I have Pink Quartz. And I thought it'd be really pretty to pair these together because they're kind of like a soft little play on the tones I picked up in the MAC product as well. So let's see if my vision that I have in my head comes to life. And sorry you have to keep looking at me like this right now, but we really do need to dry this down quite a bit before we go in and blend out. I'm telling you, there's a big difference if you just do that. So these are the shadow sticks. That's Tomas. And this is the shade. Oop, I already broke off the tip of this. Great. That's not good. This is the shade Pink Quartz. Pretty. And this is the shade Vixen. Pretty. Very nice. Again, I have high hopes. And let's just kind of go for it right now. I have a hair on my chin that's going to itch like crazy. Let's go for it, and let's actually add a bit of this before we blend out that concealer, okay? So Vixen first. We're just testing. We're playing. On days like this where I get to just test out new makeup, I just don't take my makeup look as seriously because I don't know what these products are going to do. And this is already like a really funny look. Wow, I just got a glimpse of myself in the monitor and it is looking like Halloween over here. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I don't worry about the finished look as much as I would like a traditional video of mine because I can't guarantee what these products are going to be doing. I'm learning for the first time together and with you. So, you know, that's kind of the fun of this journey. Grabbing my N16 brush, and I'm going to blend this out right away because I feel like it's already drying down a bit. Now, what I don't love in terms of like shadow sticks is when they go on looking really beautiful, but then they blend out and they lose their jazz. Like they lose the glitter. The glitter kind of dissipates. It kind of flakes off. And I feel like I'm getting a bit of that going on with this product right now. So that's unfortunate. And it did dry down crazy quick, which could be good because if you have oily eyelids, that means it's going to be long lasting, typically speaking. All right, that's Vixen. It's a pretty color. I do wish it kept its impact a bit more, but it's definitely faded into not that much. Let's go over it with the other shade, which was Pink Quartz. And let's blend this on top and see if we can get like a nice soft, almost like an ombre effect with these two shades. I'm going to blend this out right away and just do one eye at a time since these are drying down pretty quick. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad, but it's not that easy to work with. And you definitely can't really go over it too many times and blend it out. I'm getting a little bit of a chunky look now. Like a chunky, crusty kind of look. And I don't recommend that. So maybe just do one shadow, one of these at a time, and learn from my mistake right now because it's looking a little crunchy. I do think this one was better than the Vixen shade in terms of like the blend. But yeah, it's actually still blended off into not much. So, okay. Not the best. Not the best, not the worst, but definitely not the best. I'm not sure I'd recommend these at all. But they were worth a shot and they do have good products. So I had high hopes. I do have also a mascara that I want to try from them as well. This is the Infinite Riz mascara. Interesting name. Infinite Riz. Okay, so this is the tube. Let's check out the wand together. All right, nice wand. Looks like it's going to have a good amount of control. It's not too big. It's not too bulky, which is good. And let's just go in right now and let's just pop some mascara on. Why not? My concealer still looks really, really wet and borderline soupy. So and what is this supposed to do? Let's actually check this out. Long wear, length, volume, and lift. Okay, that's the claims on this mascara. Okay. I mean, I'm getting lift. There's zero thickness happening, zero thickening, and I definitely need a lot of thickening when it comes to my mascara formulas. That's something I look for the most because I do have like relatively long lashes, but they're very thin and they're very see-through. There's not a lot of volume to them at all. Yeah, this isn't doing a whole lot of anything. There's some length, definitely, and there's a little bit of lift for sure. I'll give it that, but there's no thickness at all. And there's really not a lot of volume happening. And did it say volume? Yeah, length, volume, and lift. I'll give it length. I'll give it lift. Somewhat. Yeah, okay, it has some lift. But I'm not seeing the volume that it's claiming to give. And it's also a little bit dry too. Let me go back in and get some more. Let's try to do another coat. Yeah. It's okay. Very underwhelming. And seeing these shadow sticks up close, they are a mess right now. They don't look like they're a complete mess on camera, so that's a win for me. But in reality, if you saw my eyelids right now up close, you'd be like, what did you put on? And was it from Claire's or Icing? Or one of those accessory stores that has like fun little cheap makeup. Okay, let's move on. Let's not try to be mean. I'm definitely not trying to be mean, but honest opinion is these are just not it. So let me just wipe this off my hand. And now let's officially blend out this concealer. I'm going to grab the new BK Beauty 114 brush. I've been hooked on this brush and loving it. And we're going to tap in this Kylie concealer that I already can tell you I love and have been wearing and testing quite a bit. So blending that out. And it's not looking great on top of that skin tint, but it's helping it for sure. It's definitely trying, it's doing some work to help it look better. That's definitely for sure. Tapping it in. Still really, really wet, unfortunately, which is still very frustrating because that means that skin tint is just going to look, yeah, it's just wet. I really cannot stand that feeling. Like when your hair hits your face and it sticks to it, like it happened a second ago. And my hair is a mess right now. Or like the wind hits you and, you know, basically anything's going to stick to your face. If something hits you, it's going to stick to it. And the coverage is just not giving me what I would want. Even though like skin tints, obviously they're not going to be the biggest form of coverage. That's just the nature of them. They're going to be more natural. But there's so many good ones like the CL or like the Hourglass or even like the Sephora brand one that give you like a really pretty amount of coverage while looking soft and natural like a skin tint should. Yeah, this was just not it. That is like soupy nightmare mess. I'm going to grab my N14. I'm going to blend out the rest of this. I'm going to unfortunately, very unfortunately for me, hit my eyebrows and now I'm going to have to fix them on camera and that's not going to be fun, but you're going to have to watch me do that, so sorry. Let's blend this out. Oh my god, that primer is pilling up so bad. Oh, okay. I am, wow. I am not doing well right now with this at all. Oh, gosh. Okay, well. We're getting pilling. We're getting soupy. We're getting all of the things I try so desperately to avoid when I'm doing my makeup. And if you know, you know. Peeling is like one of the worst things to try to fix when it comes to your makeup. All right. Definitely not going to be recommending or probably using that Milani with the Makeup Forever ever again. That was a big lesson learned right there. I'm not going to say it was a mistake because I didn't know going into it, but that was a big lesson learned. I need more bronzer. I am looking just not like myself. I'm going to go in with a second round of Marble from VBB, and again, uncut. So you know what? You're just going to have to sit through the whole thing. Hopefully I can keep you, but you're just going to have to watch all the fixings that happen when you just get the wrong makeup combination going on. All right. Let's try to fix this makeup the best we can. The eyes are just going to have to do for now. I'll probably take them off camera and redo them, to be honest, because I don't think I'd walk around with these eyes. They're okay right now, but I feel like they're going to get even worse as I wear them throughout the day. So, all right, moving on. We have two very important things to try. And I'm wondering which one I should do first. I'm feeling like I should, just in terms of like the order of which you should layer your makeup, I feel like I should go in and just add that strobe blush tint stuff from MAC and then go in with the Kosas powder. But then I'm wondering, when I put this on top of the strobe tint, it's going to dull out the glow. Okay, let's just go for it. Let's do the order that makes the most sense, which is finish all the wet products, finish all the cream products, and then go on with the powder. Do I want to do that? No, I don't. I just have a bad feeling about that order. I really do. I'm getting spooked in my mind. So let's go in. Let's powder this base. Let's try the new Kosas Cloud Set Translucent Candy Rose Ultra Transparent Powder. This is supposed to be a blurring, loose setting powder. This is also talc-free, which I don't worry about talc in my products as long as I'm getting good quality that is not filled with, what's it called? Asbestos. All right, let's just take this little lip thing off. Gonna grab my little MAC tweezers. Let's pull this off. And you know what? Let's do something different. Let's utilize the tool that they sent with this cute little powder puff and little baby blue. And I'm going to shake some into the cap. This is a really pink powder. I mean, it's really pink. This is actually looking a lot like the Huda Beauty one that I actually put away because it's just not for my skin tone. But just for comparison to show you, here's Cherry Blossom Cake from Huda that I use and works really well for me. And then that's, oh man, hold on. That is Kosas. Can you tell on camera? This is like a vivid pink in person. May not be that much so on camera, but it's very vivid pink in person. Let's start with a small amount. I'm going to take some on the puff. I'm going to pre-blend this and see. Okay, it actually looks a lot more translucent once it hits my palm of the hand. The palm of my hand. It's very thick. It's very chunky. This is not one of those powders that feels like incredibly finely milled. It has a chunkiness to it. And it's like clinging to this powder puff, and I usually like spread out the product evenly on a powder puff by just using this technique, and I'm not really getting that finish. So this might be a disaster, but let's hope it's not. Beforehand, let's do a little pre-blend. Let's set ourselves up for success. Let's make sure we don't have any creases going into this, and let's just hope for the best. Let's just say a prayer together. Okay, it's definitely pink. It's not as overwhelming pink as I thought it was going to be, just based on looking at it in the packaging. All right, let's see. Feels okay. I just have a feeling this is going to be one of those things that I need to test out for multiple days to give you an actual conclusion of my thoughts. Because first of all, nothing's looking good on top of that skin tint with the primer underneath. My skin is looking like overall garbage. And I want to give this a really fair go. And so I'm going to have to try this again with like my normal routine, my normal concealer and my normal foundations that I love, and with sans primer for sure. And we'll see how it looks. So I want to give this a really, really fair review, basically. I don't want to, you know, wrongfully deem it bad if it's just going on top of bad products and that's ruining it. It's definitely a lot paler than I anticipated. I thought it was going to look very pink and almost deepen my products and deepen my concealer, but it's not. It's actually really brightening. So that's a good thing. That means I can actually wear this powder and not have it deepen my concealers. Feeling wise, it feels good. It just doesn't look that great, again, because it's going on top of products that just are not agreeing with each other at all. But it is doing a good job of mattifying me and like toning down the shine and like essentially drying down this ultra wet product. So jury's out on this one, okay? I need more time. I definitely need more time. I can't give you like a final conclusion. It's looking good right now. First impression is I'm very curious about it. I'm very interested in it. I'm definitely gonna give this many, many tries. So stay tuned for my continued thoughts, but I'm happy I finally got to try it. I'll also try this one in a separate video. It's the translucent buttery one. Looks really yellow. I usually stay clear of yellow powders under my eyes. It does not suit my skin tone and it does not look flattering on me usually, but I will try it out just to see. Now looking at the palm of my hand, it's got quite a bit of gleam in it. So it does have some glow and it does have some elements of like illuminating elements in it, much like the Givenchy original Good Formula does. So that's that. Very interesting. I need to fix my face a bit more, so please bear with me. I'm going to grab a try and shoot product just to kind of save this sinking ship right now. YSL All Hours Bronzer, and we're going to grab a tried and true trusty brush. It's a BK Beauty 104. Swirl into that, and I need to try to fix my face somewhat because I do have a full day of things to do today, and I can't mentally take off my makeup quite yet. I can towards the end of the day, but I'm gonna have to live in this makeup a lot longer than I would probably want to. So let's try to fix this up. I'm looking so pale on the monitor, it's throwing me off. So this is gonna help. And then we will go in, of course, and add the blush. And we're gonna have to use a different technique to put that product on because now we are fully set. And now we even have powder bronzer on my base. The trials and tribulations of testing new makeup for an uncut video. Ooh, it's an interesting day. You never know what you're gonna get. Okay, looking better. I do have to add some of this bronzer to my bottom lash line because I'm looking a little naked on the bottom lash line and I need something to complete the look. So N12 brush, it's my brush with BK Beauty. I'm gonna take that same bronzer and use a little bit of this on the bottom lash line just to give my eyes more of a complete look. Give it a bit more of like a cohesive look and to make them look a little bit bigger, which I'm always trying to do and always trying to achieve. But I do love this bronzer. It's not new, but you know, we had to throw in some balance and throw in some good products that are tried and true and that we trust, right? Just to kind of save this look. We were sinking really bad a second ago, and this is helping a ton. I'm also really, really hoping that those MAC products are going to help a ton as well. Let's just go in and do my usual. Gosh, I love this bronzer. It's just so good. It is so good. If you want a matte all day, wear soft bronzer that's easy to blend, you definitely got to check this one out. All right, lips are back to life. Okay, guys, let's try these out. Liquid blush, we're gonna mix both. And I'm gonna start with the shade Nightlight. And what we're gonna do is not dab this directly onto our skin because of the reasons why I stated earlier, because we have powder and all kinds of things going on right now. Gonna grab that same N17 brush to the lighter fiber side. I'm gonna tap into this and do all the pre-blending action that I possibly can to ensure this goes on and layers nicely on top of the powders that we now have on our skin. So let's just tap, tap, tap. Hopefully this works well on top of a fully matte base. But it's looking a little, you know, it's not that it's looking patchy. I'm realizing I can still see my uneven cheeks underneath because that foundation just gave me no coverage. So, wow, I'm gonna have to really try all these products again in another video. But hopefully, again, you can learn from all my mistakes that I didn't know I was gonna make going into this video. That's like the hard part, is I just didn't know what to expect. Color's pretty. But just like the Kosas, I'm going to need to experiment with these a bit more and try them on different bases and in different orders than I did in this video. All right, and 17, don't let me down. Tap that in. Help this formula, please. Let's try to bring this up a bit more because I still feel very flat in my complexion. I still feel very much like something's missing. I think it's my soul after trying that primer with the skin tint, but all right, it's not bad. We're getting there. Crisis is kind of getting averted a bit. I mean, we're looking better. Just tapping a little bit on to bring some life to the face, to the center of my face, and to the face. And now let's layer Ice Gleam on top. And I'm really hoping this works well. Oh, this is such a pretty shade. This almost looks like a peachy liquid version of Orgasm Blush from NARS, that classic iconic formula, or shade, I mean. So we're gonna blend Ice Gleam right on top. It's a lighter shade, so I'm hoping this also adds an element of coverage to my cheeks as well. We're gonna be ever so gentle. You know, I did have a really good idea for this Nikki Uncut. You know, the colors I picked out together I thought were going to work really well. I really put out that effort, and it just kind of blew up in my face. So it is what it is, but what can you do when you're trying all these new products? Ice Gleam is very pretty. It's very soft. It's kind of lightening up the blush, just a very, very small amount, just like a touch. I'm going to try to marry this into my brow bone to give this look some cohesiveness. So I'm lightly tapping this into the eyeshadow to kind of bring those two worlds together, bridge the gap, and hope for the best. I would love to know, what are some makeup fails that you've tried lately? What are some new products, or even just combinations of products that you know that you paired together and they were just the wrong pairs? Like, they just made your makeup a mess. I would love to know that in the comments, because we all need to learn from our mistakes. So my mistake will hopefully be your gain, and you won't have to do this and make this mistake yourself. But all right, well, it's okay. It is what it is. It's not the best makeup look that I've ever done. That's for sure. But these are really, really pretty. I would say that the look that they're giving right now is the best that they could do on top of the base and the products that they have underneath. So I didn't give these the fairest go. So I will be trying these out absolutely for sure in future videos, and I'll continue to give you my thoughts. But I do believe that these products would look even more outstanding if they were not on top of, like I said, the layers and the base products that they have underneath right now. So that just is what it is. We still have another new product from Makeup Forever. They sent me all these as well. These are the new glosses, Super Boost glosses. Okay, they're just glosses, and they're in some of the most popular shades. So I'm seeing right now there's Limitless Brown, which is this one. I love Limitless Brown. I'll probably put this in my makeup kit, to be honest. Then there is Anywhere Caffeine, you know, my tried and true favorite. There's Clear. There's Fiery Love. I think I can't really read that. There is one that I dropped in my lap. Wherever Walnut. I'll probably put that one on. That looks really, really pretty. What else do we have here? Juicy Peach. We got, I mean, do I read the, I'm not gonna read all these. I just can't. I need my glasses very, very badly. But this one right here reminds me so much of the Too Faced lip oil that I really fell in love with when I was testing all those out from Sephora. So this is the shade, yeah, this actually looks just like it. How funny. This is Festival Lilac Pearly. And let me just see if I could find, hang on, sorry. So that's like a direct copy. I mean, I'm not saying they copied them, but it looks just like the Kissing Jelly from Too Faced. There we go. Nice. You finally focused, camera. Thank you very much. So that's the two. Makeup Forever's up top. Too Faced on the bottom. Too Faced is just more fun and outstanding, in my opinion. All right. Lip liner. We need to put a lip liner on. And for that, let's just do... Makeup Forever did send me backups of the classic iconic shades. So I'm very grateful for these because I always need backups of these. I use these the most in life. But let's do the pair together. Let's use, okay, Anywhere Caffeine Gloss with Anywhere Caffeine Artist Color Extreme Pencil. So this is the long wear version of that pencil. And wow, Nikki never sharpens her pencils. I just pulled a major Susan Yara. Susan Yara never sharpens her pencils. That's our biggest joke. I just pulled a Susan big time. Okay, now that I sharpened that, let's put that away. Let's complete this lip and I'll give you my final thoughts on these products. So hold please. Oh, my eyes. Okay. They don't look bad. Oh gosh, I can't wait to try that powder again. Hopefully a good lip combo will really save this look and the day. Such a good formula. So long wearing. All right, lip liner is on. 10 out of 10. Always will recommend those. Those are fantastic. Now let's try the Super Boost in Wherever Walnut, the matching shade to go with the lip liner. Very big doe foot. Doesn't feel like you get a lot of product in these. They seem very small, but let's test out the formula. They smell a bit minty. I don't know why everything smells minty to me lately. That's nice, okay. It's actually pretty thick. Has a good amount of pigment to it. Very smooth, very grippy. It gripped to my lips very quickly. That's nice. I like that a lot, actually. That's a really nice lip gloss. Very tinted, very nice. Has an oddly cool, like I said, minty feeling to it. I'll have to look into the ingredients of this to see why that is, but that's nice. I like the lip combo. The look today is just feeling a little wackadoodle-doo. I do need to just add something really quick for my own peace of mind. I need a little bit of eyeliner on. And you know what? Let me just grab, bear with me, please. Let me just grab a N12 brush really, really quickly. And I'm going to grab just a dark brown eyeshadow. This is Makeup by Mario Master Mattes, the original one. And I just need a little something to finish these eyes. There we go. For my own peace of mind, I need to just, yeah, that brought instant balance to this eye makeup look that we very desperately needed. Much better. Absolutely much, much better. All right, my friends, this is the makeup look. This was a roller coaster for me and probably you as well. Stay tuned for my continued thoughts on the products I tried. I will definitely give you updates on the Kosas powder. I will definitely give you updates on the MAC products. What else? You already know I like the Kylie Cosmetics concealer. This is a really good product from her, and they did a really great job of this formulation. It's a really good concealer with a incredible shade range to choose from, with really good solid undertones that are true to what they claim to be, which is always solid, always great. So I really recommend this. I don't think I'm going to be testing this out again. I'm already not a fan of these like putty-like thick primers in general. Like I said, there's a time and a place. They're just not for me personally. And I felt like this made my makeup look kind of just like patchy in a weird way. The Super Boost, I'll probably give this another try, even though I said I wasn't going to. I'll give this another try because that's the fair thing to do for sure. And I want to try it out without the Milani underneath. That was just not a good combination that I do not recommend. What else was interesting? The Wonder Skin products, they did not wow me in any way. And, my eyes, they look okay right now, but they're just not a product that I would go out and recommend at all. So skip those. Personal opinion, they just did not do a whole lot of anything, and they were a little difficult to work with. Like, you watched me struggle with them. So those are my thoughts on these products. If you have any thoughts on them as well, if they're different from mine, if you agree with me, either way, please leave them in the comments below. And if you have any best practices on the Kosas, leave that in the comments below as well. If you've had good luck with this product, please leave that in the comments below as well. But thank you so much for watching this uncut. I hope you enjoyed this journey that we went on together. This is the final makeup look. And stay tuned for the rest of my thoughts on these products. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye.